next, Mr. Mayor, is the report regarding the food primary restaurant liquor license application for Charlene Patterson operating as Char's Landing, located at 4815 Argyle Street. If Council would bear with me, I can just run through the report and what it means. As Council will be aware, the Liquor Control and Licensing Branch is responsible for issuing liquor licenses. However, Council does have a role to solicit public input and comment on such licenses. Char Patterson is applying for a food primary liquor license with hours of liquor service from 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through Sunday, as well as patron participation in entertainment such as musicians, concerts and dancing. Patron participation and hours of liquor service past midnight requires local government approval. Public notice regarding the application has been provided in both the Alberni Valley Times and the Alberni Valley News and in the city's public notice posting places, and responses have been received both for and against the application. Those are attached in Council's agenda. We did invite comment up until 4:30 p.m. today, and there are some late items that I will reference as well. Council is required to adopt a resolution regarding the application which addresses different criteria, including noise if the application is approved, the impact on the community if the application is approved, whether the license may result in the establishment being operated in a manner contrary to your primary purpose, and also include the views of residents if the license may affect nearby residents. As mentioned, there is a late item package that has been distributed to Council. There is a summary page attached to that. We've received approximately 20 letters supporting the liquor license application. In general, these support the venue and its offerings and suggest the addition of a restaurant liquor license will enhance the atmosphere. There are 2 letters that don't oppose the application, but they do oppose the proposed hours and the days. And there are also letters opposing the application, 2 letters, and also a letter that's been received in the form of a petition from 15 residents in close proximity to Char's Landing, opposing the application, stating that the noise at night has and will have negative impact on the neighbourhood. There is a resolution provided for Council to consider. Council may amend any of the comments within the resolution, but each of the criteria must be addressed. And Council will note in the recommendation that some restrictions have been suggested to the liquor service and patron entertainment times. I know that Charlene is in the audience this evening and may answer any questions that Council might have, and I believe, Mr. Mayor, that there may be some other people in the audience who would like to address Council on the issue as well.
Do any councillors have any things to make this time? Councillor Chopin and Councillor Conlon and Councillor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will start with this one, that I'm a businessman and I always support the business people. But my only concern is, if you look at the page 94, and it says, because they are looking for 24 more seats in outdoor patio without the food, when they have a business to serve liquor with the food. So this will be a totally different story. So I was just wondering, if with your permission, how it will affect the noise in the neighborhood if people are having wine in their glass and they're standing on the fence. Like, I like the business, I have no problem to supporting this one, but maybe there is some room for amendment. The owner of that new business has to do something. So I was wondering if, with your permission, she can explain us. Is she planning to cover that one, or people can see from the street, or how the noise will control?
I believe there were accommodations being made about the hours on the outdoor.
No. In the suggested resolution, there is, Mr. Mayor, but Char may wish to comment as well.
Yes, she has
in attendance.
Okay. Char, would you like to come up to the microphone here and talk to the people? Welcome.
Not my favorite thing, not the microphone. Charlene Patterson, 4815 Argyle Street.
didn't write a little presentation. Would it be all right, Mr. Mayor?
Well, Councillor Chopper had a query just there. I don't know
Straight
if
to
you
the
can hear
question.
him.
So my question is, the request you were asking from for the liquor board, right? The council has a little role to play in this one. The final decision is the liquor board will do one way or the other, right? So if the council endorses this one, you got a brownie point from the liquor board. It will help you to get that license. If the council doesn't agree what you want to do it, you still can get it from the liquor board, but chances are less. My concern, because I got a couple phone calls from your neighborhood, and they're wondering about the noise. How we can control it? Or if this thing goes through, those people, they have wine in the glasses, and they're standing on the outside. Are you going to, there will be any cover, or it will be open music?
Well, this is a restaurant, right? A restaurant liquor license?
Yeah.
And with today's rules, a restaurant liquor license allows you to assign 20% of your overall capacity to liquor only. And minors need to be supervised in that area. So this will be a restaurant area similar to what Soldas has a restaurant lounge area. All restaurants now have that option to have liquor primary area. Now I will have that in the back lounge. We know it rains a lot of the time, so a lot of the time the patio will not be utilized in that area, but on hot summer's evenings, yes, my patrons will be able to sit out on the deck, as do many of my neighbors sit out on the deck and have a glass of wine. They don't make a lot of noise. I'm not expecting my patrons to make a lot of noise. My patrons are there, it's an upscale lounge. They're there to listen to music, to look at art on the walls. They haven't been rowdy in the parking lot as yet.
Don't take me wrong.
So I'm trying not to, I'm not being defensive, I'm just being very nervous. So how will I control them? They will control them. That's my clientele. Easy as that.
So you have no plan to cover the outside, so.
I can't afford to right now. Maybe if I can make a little money, I could put a canopy. Is that what you're asking? I'm not going to enclose it. I want us to be out there enjoying Mount Arrowsmith and the canal. That was the design. I want people who would like to have a cigarette be able to go out there and enjoy partaking. You know, it's their right as well. So one day I'll have a bit of a canopy. I know that's what my original design has in mind. But
okay, while you're there, so maybe I will ask you another question. Couple business people ask me. Yeah, couple business people ask me, are you paying the commercial tax? Are you paying residential tax? What's your proper joining?
It is my home as well as my business. You're speaking of property taxes?
Yeah.
Or, okay. My residence is, I think it's designated 1,100 square feet of the 5,600 square feet. So my property taxes were mixed, as is, you know.
So people who are watching us, they got their answer. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome. Yeah. Councillor Clement, and then Councillor Curry and Councillor Solda.
Well, Mr. Mayor, if I could, if Char has something she wanted to say, I'd like to hear that, and it may answer a lot of my questions before I get going. And the only question I do have is how flexible can you be with your open hours, of the patio and whatnot, because that, as there's a lot of support for your application, the negative ones, some of the support is your neighbors too. I don't know if you saw them letters or not, but
I was overwhelmed by the positive.
Some of your neighbors actually said that's a good idea because you work hard, and others said if we give them back their bus depot, then bus stop, then they wouldn't mind it much. But anyway, I'd like to hear what.
Yeah, could we have that bus stop back? I would like it too.
What accommodation you're prepared to make to the concern about noise? It's an fancy word. It's an interface section of business and residents. And I don't even like the word. That's beside the point. We use it these days. So go ahead.
Well, I wanted. Thank you. I wanted to thank all the community for writing in. I learned a lot the past couple of weeks. A lot of the letters were hard for me to read, But this is a learning process. I learn each day with every concert, with every show. I learn what I want to do better next time. And I appreciate everyone for coming here tonight, and I appreciate all the responses. Should I tell my little story?
Yes.
Sorry. I purchased the building March 2010, and I moved to town in April. We started extensive renovations in September 2010, and I had my first open house December 2010, and we had 91 people come to see what was happening at Char's Landing. And that started me, got me going, and then we had our first New Year's Eve dance December 2010, and we had 85 people dance the night away, and what an incredible positive experience, and that I felt I was on my way to something really great. Since March 2011, we've had 70 or more concerts. I don't think my neighbors realize that. Most of our concerts are solo acts. We had Thursday, Friday, and Saturday concerts, and I stood outside in the parking lot, and you couldn't hear the music. So all my concerts finish at 9 o'clock during the week and 10 o'clock on weekends. So as far as noise, I'm very careful to have the music done well before the bylaws of 11 p.m. One in particular unfortunate experience, and it was the first hardcore heavy metal concert, and that was for the teens. They came to me. Apparently the academy had closed. When I first listened to the music on the internet, I thought, I think you've picked the wrong place, because my seniors won't like that kind of music. But it's for the teenagers. We were their last hope. They need an all-ages venue, which again, as a restaurant, I will be able to have teenagers have their concerts. We had one last night, and it was the best we've ever had. We had 5 young musicians up on stage and a poet up on stage, and I can do that with my restaurant license. I want to continue doing that with my restaurant license, but kids do get kind of rowdy sometimes, and we as adults and parents understand that. I'm learning with each experience. In that particular one, and I do apologize, it was December 19th, it was a Monday, and it was loud. And I received a telephone call from my neighbor at 9 p.m. wanting us to stop. So I have learned, and we're only doing hardcore heavy metal. We've done 2 more, and they were on the weekend. And done well before 11 o'clock. Okay. Now, to boost the guest experience, we are asking for the next step. Currently, I'm just serving coffee and tea and home-baked cookies, and we want to take it, enhance the experience for our loyal guests, and we want an upscale atmosphere where we can have a glass of wine and enjoy a meal. That's why I'm asking for a restaurant liquor license. And not only for our concert guests, but also we have been asked by Capitol Theatre and Paramount Theatre, and we even hope that after council meetings, long council meetings, maybe we'll all stop by Char's. That's why I came here. That's what we do. We go to Char's. So that's where the audience should all laugh.
You might not want us there after a real while.
Yeah, just don't be rowdy. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Initially, in my business plan, I had been planning a liquor primary license, which meant no children, which meant alcohol only, which meant rowdy, perhaps. But listening to my community and getting to know my neighbors and understanding the dynamic, I've changed my plan, and that's going to cost me in the long run, because I could make a lot more money if I just sold a lot of alcohol, and I don't know how to cook, but I will cater, and I'll make meals for everyone. So I've amended my plan, and I think it's well worth it, because this is a good community, and I'm very proud to be here and to have such support. Thank you. So today, again, in response to my close neighbors, which I'd like to say out loud, please come talk to me. Don't write letters to City Council, because it upsets me. Come talk to me. And when I say good morning on the street, I'd like you to say, good morning, I didn't get any sleep because your music was too loud, and then I will know, and I will amend it for the next time. Thank you. Sorry. And with that in mind, I would like to amend my hours. And I just did a blanket request of 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. because I just wanted to leave it open. I don't plan to be open, I wanted to be open for me to respond to what my clientele wanted. But today I'm just thinking Thursday, Friday, Saturday is all I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking of Monday, Tuesday. But I don't want the expense to the community, to the taxpayer, to the city, to the liquor board to have to go through this process again when I do become that successful that I need to be open 7 days a week. So if you could advise me what the better hours would be, I'm thinking to just ask for till midnight, Sunday through Thursday, just ask for midnight, and then Friday, Saturday, maybe 1 o'clock. Close the patio earlier. If that's a concern, then absolutely let's close it, because I don't want them to be out there making noise after 11 o'clock anyhow. So I'm very happy to amend that in response, and I think that's all I had to say. Thank you for the consideration.
Thank you. It sounds like you're being very flexible as far as accommodating everyone's needs. Councillor?
That's fine by me, Mr. Mayor. Sure.
Mr. Mayor, I think I started out, I was at the first New Year's Eve party at Char's Landing, and I truly believe that Charlene and her landing has been a wonderful addition to Port Alberni. When I was 20, I was quite happy with the Arlington Hotel. And when I went back at 40, it wasn't quite the same for me. And now that I've passed that, by just a few years, I'm looking for something a little different. And the fact that I can go and there's culture and there's arts and there's people, like-minded people, and a family atmosphere where I can feel free to bring my son and meet my friends. I think it's a wonderful addition, and I think that we need to support Charlene. I think her street party on Argyle Street was the biggest highlight of the Centennial. It was great to sit out there on a hot summer night, and I only wish she had a patio without the lawn at City Hall worked okay. But, I could not imagine a nicer place to be on a Saturday night at midnight or 1 o'clock out on your patio in the hot summer. And I have been to many of your concerts. They have never been extraordinarily loud. They have always been very, you can have conversation and listen to the music. I've never had a problem. I don't think that we really have to worry about Charlene, because she has been very responsible with her times and her concert times. So I really hope that we can support her on this, because I think she's been invaluable.
Did you have any questions?
No, not at all. I'm great with this.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say adults get rowdy too. I mean, I've done enough concerts to know, and mine are much louder than yours. And the Portal Players at the Capitol Theatre just got their liquor license. They do the same thing, except for they have to serve upstairs. They can't serve the liquor on both floors, so that's the only difference. And they are not serving food. So, you're only not even a block basically away. So I just wanted to say, what you're doing for the arts is a really positive thing in this community. And so, Mr. Mayor, I move that the Council for the City of Port Alberni support the issuance of the food primary restaurant liquor license for Charlene Patterson, operating as Char's Landing Coffee Bar at 4815 Argyle Street, Port Alberni, and the patron entertainment such as musicians, concerts, and dancing, and provides the following comments regarding the application. So I just read A, B, C, and D, or A, B. A, noise. The facility is surrounded by a mix of residential and commercial use, with the King George apartment building and some single-family residential located immediately adjacent. The facility currently offers musical entertainment and events. In order to minimize the impact to nearby residents, Council recommends liquor service and patron entertainment be restricted to 12 midnight Sunday through Thursday, 1 on Fridays and Saturdays, and closure of the outdoor patio at 11 p.m. nightly. Just carry on.
Yes.
B, community impact. The facility contributes to complements the establishment of an arts district in the uptown area and is well supported by its patrons. C, operation. There is no perception that the establishment will be operated in a manner contrary to its primary purpose. And D, comments with respect to the community input received. Public notice was provided in local papers and posted in the city's public notice posting places. Comments received supporting the application generally outline the positive steps forward the applicant has taken to provide high-class venue offering musical entertainment, and the addition of food and liquor service will enhance the value of entertainment in a positive way. Comments opposing the application expressing concerns regarding late-night noise. All correspondence received will be forwarded to the LCLB with this resolution.
Okay, we've got some more discussion to go on after that. Councillor Washington, you were next in line.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the noise complaints prior to your liquor license, so you only have the one on December 19th since you've been in business? Just
I've had two.
two.
December 19th, it was just a telephone call from an unnamed neighbor at 9 p.m. I apologized and I accommodated the next two concerts. I closed windows, closed doors. Even though we were sweltering, it was much quieter. And then I've had one official complaint, and I learned from that experience, but it was Lazy Mike and the Rockin' Recliners in March. It was a Saturday night dance, and he was to stop at 11, but everyone was having such a very nice time that he kept going. And that was my inexperience. I knew he was a very experienced band leader for this town, and I lacked the experience, and I was downstairs in my office and with the windows and doors open, and the policeman came and I closed the windows. And
so just two.
Yeah, and I have inquired to my residential neighbors on many occasions. I've stood outside. I've talked with the King George apartments. I've stood out on their lawn during many occasions, talked to the people in the balconies to kind of get an idea, and they all just smiled and said it's a free concert, and they were happy. So I do apologize, and again I say, when it happens, track me down, and I will accommodate at that moment rather than waiting to write a lot of bad letters. Yeah, and then 70 plus concerts, yep, so I feel pretty proud about that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other councillors? Councillor Char?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much for being flexible. So you solved that noise problem. You take the suggestion from the staff that it will help us to keep the neighbor happy, keep you happy, and keep you in business. That's why I'm seconding this one.
Thank
you.
I
hope everybody support it, and good luck.
Yay, thank you.
So, Councillor Cole?
I'm going to support the motion again, similar to Ira's, that you've been very flexible and tried to work and developing a business there. I've spent some time in Vancouver. I'm sure we all have downtown, and there's many restaurants right on the sidewalks, and I'm sure there's lots of issues, and I'm sure you'll have issues in the future, but to see someone that's progressive and trying to deal with those issues, that's what we need, is more proactive. You can't just hide everything away and not have it happen, because there's people that want more development like that in this town, and if the way you're working at it seems to be working well, and I think you'll do well in the future with it. So
thank you.
Thank you. So I'd like to invite any members of the public that would like to have any questions or any comments. Just come up and give us your name and address, please.
38479 Argyle Street. I just live right on the corner of 5th Avenue here.
Welcome.
Thank you. I spoke with Char on the weekend, and I had some concerns regarding noise and the late hours. So I think it's going to be resolved. Now, my only question was, is the liquor license transferable? Like, if she was to sell the business 6 months down the road, does that license go with those premises? And Char's willing to work with the neighbors here, but who's to say what the new owner will do? So if you can address that would be great.
City manager?
It is transferable. I can answer.
Oh, sure. Sure. Come on up.
Thank you. I did take the time to look that up, and there's a copy. What it says is, if in the event that I was forced to sell, it's first my prerogative. If I would like to sell my liquor license, my restaurant liquor license, it's my prerogative first. And then secondly, if I want to offer it to the new owners, then the new owners must go through a very similar application process And that's when the community will have the opportunity, council will have the opportunity to look at the new prospective owners to see if they want to extend that right to them. It's not an automatic transfer.
Does that answer your issue?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any other members of the public have anything they'd like to come up and discuss? Welcome.
Jim Del Rio, 3666 8th Avenue. I've been to Char's concerts, and I think I know where the council's going in this town, and I think she's a great big part of it. You know, especially for up on 3rd Avenue and in that area is the arts kind of area. And I think it's a really good opportunity that they have a place to go and play, because I've seen some people play there that've never played in public, like young people. And it's an opportunity for them to get out and kind of show their wares. And I think as a city we should embrace it, you know, and say, hey, this is good. Because, I mean, if this is going to be one thing, there'll be more to follow. And I think it's all going to be positive stuff. And I've never seen any rowdiness there yet or anything else. I was there for one loud band that I just got up and went home, you know. But when I was sitting outside, it actually sounded okay. But inside, it was a little loud, you know. Like, but it wasn't the type of music that's going to keep you up all night and you grinding your teeth and all that kind of stuff. So I'd sure like to see the city council support her and get behind her, because there's going to be other young people. And I think I'm looking on 3rd Avenue right now, and we haven't painted the buildings, we haven't done a lot of work up there. But the young people are moving in there, starting small businesses up, giving it a try, and as a city we should support them. That's my comment.
So what you're saying is you're totally against this?
No.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Any other members of the public have any concerns they'd like to raise? Welcome.
I won't say much because I think it's pretty well all been said, but
if you could just give us your name and address, that would help.
Sorry?
If you could give us your name and your address.
Certainly. Pat Cleary, 3151 4th Avenue.
Thank you, Pat.
And we are one of her closest neighbors. So I can speak about the noise. We tease her since summer came that we don't have to go there. We can listen to it from our back deck. But on the other hand, when it's a concert that really appeals to us, why wouldn't we go and enjoy that wonderful location? Noise has never been a problem for us, except for the heavy metal band. And we went over, what the dickens is going on over there? So we went over, and the kids were wandering around outside, the ones that weren't playing. So we asked them, and they explained, you know, that nobody would give them a chance to play, and they managed to get their thing going at Charlie, and they were so happy and so proud. We went home grateful that she would do that. And my husband's an artist. We kind of have to appreciate the help and encouragement that she gives to our artists. We are so fortunate that Charlene chose Port Alberni to come, and she's doing what she's doing. I have no qualms about any of the problems that have been suggested. If she finds that things have gotten a little out of hand, she'll fix it. So if you haven't been there, do go, because you'll love it. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Anyone else care to come up? Welcome.
Jamie Del Rio, 3666 8th Avenue. I just wanted to say that Char has been seriously a huge part of my life for the past couple of months. There was a music venue called the Academy. Dustin Dame had that, and I watched it die. It's not a music venue anymore. And I mean, I was pretty bummed out when I heard that Char was looking at like a 19+ venue, because then I couldn't go to her concerts anymore, because she's had some awesome concerts there. And I think it's important for her to get the restaurant liquor license to bring more money in there to get more artists in, because I don't want to watch another music venue die. And music is a huge part of my life, so that's one thing. And I mean, if there's any council members that are concerned about the noise, go outside and listen to it. Like there's hardly any noise. So thank you.
Thanks very much. Any other members of the public care to come forward?
Good evening, City Council, Mayor. My name is Stephen Novick. I'm from 4332 Virginia Road, way over there on the north side of town.
Thank you.
Charlene already kind of introduced me earlier because I'm the poet from the other evening. I'm a recent arrival to this city. I've recently moved from the big city of Edmonton, Alberta. And I have now performed at Charlene's Char's Landing, 5, 6 times? It is a gorgeous place. And I support her application because, like Jimmy said, I just want to see her business grow and expand. And we, as performers, have a place to perform in Port Alberni. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Any other members of the public wishing to come forward? Okay. I think we're ready to call for the question, is what they say. Yeah, we've read the motion. It's been seconded. Councillor Kerr?
Can I like this, and I'm glad we're going to support this because I do like her and the place and everything, right? My only concern is being that I'm 50 and I'm really hot all the time, and I know how hot it gets here in August. And I also know that when I was at the Centennial function that we had, you could have a drink inside where it was really, really hot. It was nasty. And I'm thinking, is there any way that we could adjust this noise thing here, that in the summertime, on a Friday or a Saturday night, we could have the patio open till midnight?
Councillor Sullivan?
You're looking at a liquor license that when it comes into a restaurant, you have to have a dedicated area only to serve liquor, right? So if she's going to have dedicated area just outside, that's fine. Like in our restaurant, we can only serve liquor at one area without food. So you have to be careful there when you're making big adjustments here. So you have, for a restaurant to do that, which she says she's going to be, she's going to have one or the other. If she's going to, right now, if she's serving food on the patio, she can still serve liquor. But if she just wants the patio just to be liquor, that's what she's going to have to do. So there's more to this whole game thing. So this actually will work however she dedicates it. So I know what you're saying.
Okay.
This call question.
So
the liquor control board will look after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No?
Okay. So, any more discussion?
No, we are ready to answer.
All in favor? Against?
None.
Motion carried. Okay, thank you. Next item, please.